footbridge and same way swam na yes so call ye ensem foforo emu. One of the issues are trending Ghana hanum say amanfo ka ho asem no has gotten to do with the terrorist attack so Burkina Faso na no ena yewra kojo nsafwa poku a communications team member at the New Patriotic Party wode na no ato ensem ni mu bie na nsem a wo kan di na say asem wo koso no ade a entwa yie kra na sa asem we sebe Ghana for ekase yetu ho na mowa enye papa emfa ma Burkina Faso man no wo share screens na so or say if Ghana shuts its doors to Burkina Faso, they would suffer. Kojopoku, NPP communications team member, on attack on Ghanaian traders in Burkina Faso. It's not just a chema. Burkina Faso mino. The Omatna ho amana to Ghana this year. Se Ghana focus yes so ma Burkina ni bia nsi Ghana krodwem ha. Sebe mo kra mo niema mo mpa baabi fofra mo de befa. Mo kra mo niema emfa ye port ni mu na mo mfa befa Ghana emfa borders ni emu a. Ghana sebe Burkina Faso mo ho ebe mo bo papa because you rely a lot on us when it comes to a whole lot of things. Na ensem we ya yera ensafa poku a lot of reactions are taking place, but before that on the screens he made other statements. Until as you can see every year we recruit people into the military. What exactly do we do with them? Until yesha with the issue of Burkina Faso terrorist attack on the Ghanaian tomato traders one particular thing amount for eka hwasem ayera nsafapokwa kano has to do with security. Ebi just say Ghana, our security is not tight, and since our security is not tight, this is what will be happening to us day in day out, because yet now on my move now we have a range security guidance banya menye sure especially on our borders any other there sanyema when you na entiminye den enko so na yera nsafapoko ebusa say enti say pa no asrafo a ye fa omo okrom hanum say ne eye military recruitment no omo ko training any other no is it for beautification and I mean uniform wearing or what? Because we need to see their relevance in the country Ghana. I see a woman modern boy or more airbo or mujumedia or more air. And mind you, with the errands of Wapoku saying that if we are shutting down our doors to Burkina or mobile Breno, we've seen countless times I won't say you be one say oh ammo cars any trucks near the idea and the borders of Ghana to Burkina Faso. Ube tracy no na ye niema Burkina aban no akra efri eye amanfo froso a wo de bom krom and definitely ebesi Ghana ansa na ye den akosi Burkina Faso man no emu. So if we are going to go on a tangent where because of the pain we are feeling of the demise of our mothers and sisters na ye ka say Burkina Faso say ene mo betena no nwenwenwen a yeran safapoku chemu say it will be a very big blow to eye Burkina man no. But then utietie nsemo a ekoso na others are saying that this thing is a fapoku ekan. It doesn't make sense because we need Burkina Faso in as much as Burkina Faso needs us, because yeshemwa beans and tomatoes no more coffee and uyo bia sebe follow the tradings of Ghanaian women ube say beans, tomatoes, some of this cereal near the idea ye di ewo Ghana krodwem ha no emu fana ye kra edifi Burkina Faso mine emu. And so if you want Safapoku is saying that ye be shate ama Burkina Faso abra, others are saying that enye Burkina Faso kwa ne bebre, Ghana would also suffer. I just say yes we will start growing our own. Now when you say you are growing your own, it will take some time. Ebedi brepa and son and niema beka se wudria no betimi ayeden edua mane nyini ye nyina yensa beso enti for the time we will still need the country Burkina Faso. Now on what here answer for Apoku Ekano and our kasa about the fact that the African country as a whole no as yanka say ye enemies to ourselves. African countries are becoming enemies, though we have the economic community of West African states, it is not working. And to him, no, he feels like it is this francophone countries, no, and Emma and Niema Bibria we want to do together as a ECOWAS, no, lack behind. And one thing he spoke about was the echo now, the common currency. We've been speaking about for so many years now, saying Ghana, the other West African countries, I mean ECOWAS states, you know, so that it makes trading easier. Now, so after so many years, nothing has been done. And the question is, should Ghana vouch out of the ECOWAS community? Because it looks like the unseriousness, no. Now, na yakwakotie yera kojo poku nensema wo chiremu efa the lagging behind of the ECOWAS states coming up to build something great for the countries involved. Yekote nensema wode etuja.
Since the last 4 years, only 15 central banks in Africa has signed on to a mechanism that the African leaders themselves directed that it should be in place.
Yeah.
Do you know the most worst things? The CFA, the francophone countries, none of them have signed on. And you want to talk about what? You see, let me cut your mind back to the WAMSI. You remember ECO? How many years have we been talking about ECO? Over 30 years, right? The single currency for West African countries, ECOWAS single currency. How many years have we talked about it? Where is it? So you see,
but I've just said
the
that
politicians
should be,
the
I said it.
Don't you said the business should embrace? That's the bit where I want to correct. See, it's not about the business.
It's not a businessman.
It's not the business. It is
the governments,
the head of state who go to these fancy AU meetings and direct things and forget that they have to subscribe to.
Right.
You see, how come it's taking 30 years for ECOWAS to sit and say that we want a single currency for West Africa? 30 years we've not achieved it. There was a meeting last week in Liberia to talk about what? You remember in 2020, there was a directive that in 6 months it will be launched. 6 years down the line, where is it? The biggest challenge we have, nobody is addressing, is the influence of the West. You see, the francophone countries are not signing on because of what? The influence of the CFA zone. They realize that France is dominated, right? France dominates that space. So France dictates what happened in the francophone zone. If the francophone countries subscribe to any other monetary policies that renders France hold on these countries to a certain small amount, which is the safer which they now have on them, France lose the hold, and France doesn't want to let go. Now, SWIFT. We are using SWIFT. It's the American system. The Americans want us to keep using SWIFT, so the Americans will not encourage us to move away from SWIFT, and PAPS is a parallel structure to SWIFT. About 6 months ago, I tried to use PAPS from Nigeria. My brother, my guy who was trying to send me money went to various banks, and none of the banks said they have anything in place to do PAPS. Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Central Bank of Ghana is signed onto it, but the Central Bank have not directed the local banks to do what? To even do it for the customers. So these things that we want to sit on TV and make it look like, the problem is the politicians, the head of states.
Right.
They go to these fancy meetings, but the implementation becomes a problem. So look, I have said that 2 things are a problem to achieve after. Communication, movement of people. If people are not moving, forget after. When my mother was the chairman for the ECOWAS Transport and Communication, Madam Rebecca Hawa Yakubu, right, in 2002, they wanted to do an West African airline. They wanted to do a cargo for West Africa. Do you know today, if you are to ship something from Ghana to Nigeria, it will go to Belgium? Do you know that? If you are shipping something from Ghana to Nigeria, it will go to Belgium, Antwerp, before coming back to Nigeria. There is no cabotage between the West African countries. So no ship is moving between the West African countries because cargo is emanating from one point through Antwerp to be relocated back to Africa. So the African countries, we are looking at the wrong thing. If we are talking about free trade, today, try and send cargo from Ghana to Nigeria and see the problems you have along the way, even under ECOWAS.